Look at how fat I am. Jesus. Oh, hey! How you doing, audience? What's up? For those of you who don't know, GTA Underground is basically a mod that consolidates a lot of the maps, items, weapons, characters, vehicles from various games by Rockstar, at least from the 3D era, into the map in San Andreas. So if you want to fly to Bullworth and, you know, take out some pedestrians, run them over with a go-kart, and then spawn a Hydra, fly to Liberty City, hit up ammunition, get some cool weapons from GTA 3, you can do that. This is something that this mod allows you to do, and I really enjoy it. Not only that, but there's also a community aspect to the mod. You know, you could help out by rigging some models, submitting them, seeing if maybe you could join the development team, or, you know, in my case, I actually got to do some voice acting. I don't really like calling it acting, because, I don't know, I'm not much of an actor. You know, number one, I'm ugly, so, like, I'm not gonna go anywhere in Hollywood. And even as far as, like, voice acting goes, I don't have the best voice, nor do I have the best acting abilities. Nonetheless, I did have a lot of fun working on this mod.
Another fun fact is that I will actually be voice acting as one of the DJs for a rock radio station in Bullworth. So if you ever find yourself wanting some new metal, goth rock, or alternative rock tunes while you're fleeing from the cops, then make sure to switch the radio dial over to Bullworth Rock 106.3.
If you want to check out my voice acting in the game, you can actually do that. You can fly to Bullworth, get in a car or a bike, and then just turn to one of the rock stations, and you'll hear me as one of the DJs. I had a lot of fun working on that mod, and that being the case, it pains me to know that Take-Two Interactive, Rockstar's parent company, has decided to go after many mods, GTA Underground included. You know, there's a website called ModDB. Little known website, you might have heard of it. On there, you can actually download, or well, you could download GTA Underground. It seems as though Take-Two Interactive, or somebody acting on their behalf, has submitted a takedown notice. Basically, a copyright cease and desist. Now here's the thing, ModDB is a big platform. They have a lot of influence in various communities, but they don't have the ability to bypass any legal obstacles pushed their way by huge corporations like Take-Two Interactive. And as such, GTA Underground has now been taken off of ModDB. Not only that, but there's also a mod you might have heard of, a really old mod. I think this one came out around like 2009. GTA United. The people behind this mod never received a takedown notice, as far as I can tell. Instead, they've decided to take down all links, all download links to their own mod for fear of having to deal with Take-Two Interactive and, well, let's face it, Take-Two's bullying tactics. You know, it's not uncommon for Take-Two Interactive to send private investigators. I like calling them goons. I like calling them hired goons. Because, you know, let's say that, like, you and I had some kind of, like, personal beef. You know, me. You watching this video. You f***ed my mom, and I'm like, oh, damn it. In my wisdom, I decide, hey, I'm gonna hire some people to, you know, kind of, like, intimidate you a bit. Not harm you, not, you know, physically do anything to you, but, you know, knock on your door, see how you doing, maybe talk to your family a bit. That's a good one. I don't know if you remember that one, but, you know, I kind of broke the news on that one. There's a lot of fun to be had when you're a giant corporation and you're dealing with an innocuous community of happy people making modifications for a f***ing video game. Naturally, you would want that community to be, you know, stomped on and f***ing pushed into oblivion. GTA United. Wonderful modification, a classic, something that a lot of people venerated for years and years, and rightfully so. The fact that you could take a game like San Andreas, an ancient game like San Andreas, and then push the game far beyond its own limitations to the extent that, like, now you have multiple islands from various huge games in the past, all amalgamated into one map. That, to me, is really cool. I like it when people do stuff like that. But alas, Take-Two Interactive begs to differ. I'm sure a lot of you can remember the OpenIV situation back in, what was it, like 2016 or so? Basically, Take-Two Interactive went after this software that people used to modify GTA 4, 5, and now Red Dead Redemption 2. Huge backlash. The community was furious, and so eventually, this giant corporation with all this money, all this power, all this influence, backed off. Take-Two Interactive came to the realization that they could not do this. This hit way too close to home, and so they left it alone. They backed off. We won. You know, this is just me, but it seems to me like maybe we should do that again. Like, maybe we should be pissed off when they do stuff like this, because it seems like it actually works. When a company like Take-Two Interactive tramples on its own community and the community bites back, you better believe they notice that. I know a lot of people who follow me want me to talk about other stuff. A lot of you want me to talk about trivia, you know, like GTA trivia, bully trivia, maybe bring on a voice actor and, you know, do like an interview or something. And I'm totally down to do that. The problem, though, is I cannot in good conscience look away when Take-Two does this. So the reason I'm talking about this now is because, well, for one, I actually care about what's going on in the community. Secondly, we now know for a fact that if enough people voice their opinions, if enough people voice this indignation that they have, eventually, a company even as big as Take-Two Interactive will back off. Right now, the community is faced with two options. Either A, we remain silent and, you know, huge mods that are beloved by the community get taken down. The people who make those mods continue being harassed, and overall, you know, the modding community continues to fall apart. Or we talk about it. We make our voices heard. We let it be known that this is not acceptable. We are the community. We are the people who play these games. We are the people who buy the games. When we modify their games, it's not piracy. It's us prolonging the relevance and enjoyment that millions of people get out of these games. The modding community has done a lot to contribute to the success of Rockstar games, and thus also Take-Two. I'm not content with sitting by and waiting for the community to get in the ass by some suits. For some reason, the prospect of that happening just doesn't sit well with me. What to do? What to do? I don't know. You decide. Do you want to do anything about this, or do you just want to be mad at me for talking about it? I didn't do it. I didn't do a thing. I'm just reporting the news. And I'm giving my opinion on it, you know, like I've always done. And by the way, in case you can't tell what's going on, this is basically Take-Two Interactive dipping their toe in the water, seeing, you know, how far they can push people around. This is them seeing how far they can take it. Of course, you know, it's within their legal prerogative to do that, but even that being the case, that doesn't justify it. Like, there are plenty of things that are illegal that I think people should speak up against. Law of the land is not necessarily the best course of action. The status quo is not the status quo because it's flawless. It's the status quo because this is what people get away with. If you think this is bad, if you think Take-Two going after OpenIV, Rockstar Intel, GTA Underground, if you think this is bad, you have no idea. We're talking about a company that has time and time again sent private investigators to harass people and their families. Like, do you think anything's beneath a company like Take-Two? I can only speak for myself, but I'm kind of really sick of this. I don't know, just my opinion. I'm gonna try to make people aware of this. I'm gonna try talking to some journos that I have connections with, but outside of that, there's not a whole lot that I can do. If you want to join me in my crusade against Herr Zelnick, if you want to help, share this video, and if you're totally opposed to the idea of sharing this video for whatever reason, just talk to people, you know, talk to journalists, link this to people, tweet it. The best thing that you can do is talk about this and get somebody else to talk about this. The more the merrier, and if nothing else, do it because, you know, it feels kind of good. If you enjoyed this video, give it a like. If not, I don't know. Like, there's nothing that I dislike, I guess. That's fine, too. By the way, in the video info down below, you can find a link to my Patreon page. I'm going to be doing some movie commentaries with friends of mine. So we're going to be watching some really old school stuff, but also some really low budget, you know, the type of that, like, nobody wants to claim on YouTube if you react to it. If you want to check that out, $1, that's all you need to pay, and you'll get access to it. I'm going to be putting out the first commentary tonight. My friend Jake and I, we reacted to the Rockstar Games docudrama by the BBC. You know, the one that Sam Houser, or I think Dan Houser, f***ing hated. Again, that's gonna be coming out later tonight. Here's a quick preview. Enjoy.
So are they insinuating that him playing GTA is giving him like that 1,000-yard stare that like Vietnam vets get?
Yeah, they're implying that, like, you know, he like obsesses over the game, and he just like goes out and does shit in the game. Let's just...
Uh oh.
Jesus, what the f?
Holy shit!
Oh my. This took a sharp turn. Holy shit. Based. I mean, oh no.
What's wrong with you? But this dude has great aim, apparently.
I mean, he did play a lot of Vice City.
I mean, this is based around when San Andreas was made, and that was in like oh no, they're making the hot coffee mod. Yeah.
Okay, I can see why Rockstar sued the BBC for doing this.
Again, link to my Patreon down below. Hope you have a good one. Yeah.
You will pay for what you've done!